Hey y'all, welcome to Paige's Perspective, where I help you find your inner strength to cope with life. In this week's episode, I want to talk about coping with the uncertainties in life. I know so many of us want to predict the future and know what is going to happen to us, but the reality is we don't know. We can prepare for the future, but accept the fact that change is part of life. Just like seasons change, where we have no control over it, many aspects in our life change all the time. When we focus too much on what can happen in the future, we are missing out on what is happening now in the present. Let's say you are a massive planner, and when things get out of whack or don't go as planned, you may get a bit frustrated or mad because the plans didn't work out like you thought. I'll be real, I am not a huge planner. I didn't have a delivery plan with my kids. I don't plan vacations way in advance. I don't look further than a week away if necessary because I know things have a potential to change. I don't plan or look at my workouts until the day of or the day before. I have routines, but not necessarily plans, if that makes sense. I think it's going to make sense further down the line. Plans can change all the time. And when I accepted the fact that things change, it relieved the pressure of being in control of everything. I had to become a wing it type person living this life with an addict because, as we all know, there is little to no structure in these situations. I had to find the middle ground that has been so incredibly life-changing for me. Going with the flow and tackling things as they come has brought more peace and contentment to my life than I ever thought possible. All right, so let's think of the simple stuff that we may overanalyze. Here's one. What if we don't have enough food for a party? Okay, I've gotten to where I have less food for parties now, and if we need more, I'll grab some or order a dang pizza, but we rarely ever need more. I keep it super simple and don't fret the small stuff that have solutions if things change. All right, another one is, what if my kindergarten doesn't eat the first day of school? They'll be okay. They will be okay. They may not eat lunch the first week of school, but this is how they learn. They learn how structure works and figure out quickly that if they don't eat, they won't eat until they get home. It's a learning process for them and they learn how to adapt. But guys, they'll survive. There's not much you can do to control that situation. Another one is my kid is switching classes mid-year. I'm nervous they won't transition well. So I encourage my children to change classes if needed because I teach them that change is part of life. It's okay to be uncomfortable in the unfamiliar. They will survive and be okay. Instead of being afraid as their mom, I embraced it and helped them through it because they will pick up on our fear of the uncertainties if we don't show them how to handle changes. Another one that I've seen before, my appointment was canceled and now I have to completely shift my day around. Okay, it is what it is. And there's nothing we can do about it except accept it and make the best out of it. So these are just small everyday examples. Let's get into some deeper shit. Job security. All right, I'm a big believer of when one door closes, another one opens. It may open slowly, but it opens. Sometimes losing a job can be a blessing in disguise if you look at it as a growing opportunity. Maybe you're uncertain about an outcome of having a really tough conversation with someone. That's okay to be scared, but you'll never know how it'll go until you have it. The anticipation is typically worse than the action, and you can't predict the outcome, but you can be prepared for any outcome. This is why boundaries are important to state whenever you are prepared to follow through with them. Another one is, I am concerned my partner will relapse. Y'all, this is a solid concern. However, worrying will not change the outcome, as I've said before. We plan for it and let it go. It is completely out of our control. They will do what they want to do. Focusing too much on the what ifs can keep us from growing, and we can overthink the situation until we are blue in the face. All right, another one is, I don't know what will happen if I stay or if I go. Okay, this is a fact. This is reality. You don't know what can happen. The best way to cope with the uncertainty is educating yourself and figuring out the best path for you. If nothing is changing, you know what happens if you stay because you've lived it, and it will get worse until something changes. I'm really big on we'll figure it out when things happen. I do have a plan in place if Matt relapses, but I also have the mentality of I'll figure shit out. We lose jobs, we'll figure it out. Lose our home, we'll figure it out. I'm not afraid of big changes because I know I can figure it out. So how do I really cope with uncertainties? Let's break it down, shall we? Number 1, accepting uncertainty and not fighting it can help reduce the need to control an outcome. Guys, we must understand that uncertainty is a natural part of life. Letting go of trying to control it all is such a relief. Number 2 is going to be focus on what you can control. Your actions, your responses, your mindset, what goes in your body, your spending habits, how you will handle relapses, your boundaries, your thoughts, how resilient you are when things change. Those are things that we can control. So what can't we control? Well, other people, their actions, their responses, their mindset, their boundaries, their thoughts, their relapse, traffic, weather, time, being let go from a job, sickness. So many things are out of our control. So focusing on what we can control is empowering as fuck. Number 3 is going to be practicing mindfulness and meditation. Yep, I'm talking about this again because it friggin' works. When we're grounded, it takes away the thoughts of what if, and it helps us control our thoughts. And yes, we can control our thoughts. It's possible, and it's really, really cool when you can practice it. Again, it's practice. It's not perfection. You won't get it the first time. You may not even get it for months. It takes consistency and intention of doing it. Number 4 is going to be develop a routine. Like I said before, I am not a planner, but I do like routine. When we have a routine, it provides much needed structure that can be comforting, especially in uncertain times. And your routine may change, and that's okay. Keep it consistent, and you will recognize changes within your life. For me, I wake up, get coffee, read, journal, meditate, and work out as soon as I can. Sometimes routine changes because of life and kids. It isn't perfect, and it's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to provide stability to help you cope. This is one of those 2 thoughts at once ordeals. Have a routine, but be flexible because change is inevitable. Think of kids and how their routines change over the years. You know, their school schedule changes, their teachers change, their transportation changes, they get breaks, their extracurricular activities change over the years, like the day of the week. Every year is completely different routine-wise. It shows how to be flexible, but also have a routine. It's like we forget how to handle these changes as adults when children do just fine with change because it's part of life. That's part of growing. So why do we stop growing at some point? It's just a thought. Number 5, set goals you can control. For example, you want to increase your water intake. Set a goal to drink a gallon of water a day this week and see how you do. Set a morning routine for the week. See how it goes. Tell yourself you won't get bent out of shape the next time you're in traffic. See how that goes. Number 6 is going to be challenge your negative thoughts. So we have a module in the Independently Strong course that helps with this. There's a great exercise to help you with your thoughts that might be holding you back. All or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, minimizing, mind reading, should thinking, personalization, etc. There's so many of them, and we give you a great exercise to help break them down and challenge them. We always need to be challenging our thoughts. It's important for growth. Number 7 is going to be planning for contingencies. While you can't predict everything, having a plan for potential scenarios can provide a sense of preparedness. I do this with some big things that could affect me big time, like relapse. I'm prepared. Number 8, this is the last one. Embrace growth opportunities. Embrace the unknown as lessons to be learned. This can help it feel less daunting because you're shifting your mind to a more positive, realistic perspective, and it helps you grow. It's a great thing to embrace the unknown. Guys, life is really short and there's little we can control. So when we really focus on what we can control, things shift and become lighter. The uncertainties in life are 100% natural. It's life. It's part of it. And letting go of controlling the outcome can help us manage the uncertainties. I believe in being prepared and also going with the flow. 2 thoughts at once. And that's all I have for this week. Until next time, I'm Paige. Bye.